Hannah Slack.
That's right.
What's going on, girl?
Not a lot. Same
You
old,
really-
same old.
you still training? You took a
I'm in
break.
off season. That's what I like to say.
Yeah. I know you gotta take
hmm
a break. It's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah. I was in prep for 6 months, so it's good to have a break.
yeah, and that's kind of what I want to talk about here today. Was this whole idea of
Yeah.
exercise and taking a break.
hmm
And I was a weightlifter and bodybuilder and somewhat of an athlete when I was younger, and I thought, why don't we apply these strategies that are tried and true for building muscle, for anabolism, for
hmm
hypertrophy of the muscle, growth of the muscle? Why don't we apply them to skincare? This was the late 1980s, early 1990s, and we really didn't have a grasp as estheticians or even as pharmacists and non-medical folks. We didn't have a grasp on what skin peels were real all about. Doctors were doing them, but
hmm
estheticians weren't really hip to them. There weren't a lot of ingredients. There wasn't a lot of regulation. And then in the early 1990s, the cat got out of the bag, as we've talked about before. And now everybody knows about peels, but they're still not being leveraged, I don't believe, as much as they can be. And a lot of people who aren't using them, a lot of estheticians who aren't using them correctly. So I thought today we'd talk a little bit about some of the theory and some of the actual practical things you could do to make sure that your peels, I call them rapid exfoliation processes,
Yeah.
are effective and valuable. I don't like the word peels.
That's a great way of saying it.
Rapid exfoliation procedure.
Yes.
REPs. Yeah, peel sounds like peeling.
Yeah, well, they assume they're going to get that really intense peeling. I have to reiterate every time I do one, like, am I going to be able to leave the house? Of course, you're going to be able to leave the house.
Your downtime, I've used my products. Now, rapid exfoliation procedure means you're just working on the stratum corneum. You're just working on the stratum corneum, people, just the surface. And what do we know about the stratum corneum? It's dead, like your fingernails. So a good rapid exfoliation procedure, just like trimming your fingernails. But when you trim your fingernails or exfoliate the surface of the skin, you turn things on. And that's the key, turning things on. The second really important thing that's going to determine how effective your procedures are, your rapid exfoliation procedures or REPs are the pre-treatment and post-treatment. So important, as well as the client or you, if you're listening and you're doing it yourself, your overall health, especially digestive health. Nothing will whack out your skin in general, or after you use retinol or have a rapid exfoliation procedure done, something stimulating, than a leaky gut and SIBO. Once toxicity gets into the bloodstream, you're off to the inflammatory races, and these are the folks who use retinol or get a rapid exfoliation procedure done, and they break out and they have rashes and irritation, inflammation, and they blame Hannah, and they blame Ben, and they blame the product, and they'll blame everybody but their leaky gut and their histamine and their SIBO and their dysbiosis and their internal health. So it's up to the esthetician or the end user, if they're doing it themselves, to really assess the patient, assess the patient's health. You don't have to do a whole workup on the patient. Just ask a few questions, especially about the digestive system. Do you bloat? Do you have gas? Do you have medication? That kind of thing.
Yep.
So pre and post treatment are important. Assess or qualify patients for intestinal health issues or overall health challenges. And then when you're doing your rapid exfoliation procedure, you have different options. And that's really where the art of doing a rapid exfoliation procedure for the esthetician comes in. Do I do a TCA? Do I do a Jesner's? Do I do a 5D lactic, 5D glycolic? Which procedure do I use? And that's what I thought we'd talk about here today. We have at Truth, I've been formulating rapid exfoliation procedures products for a very long time. I know the ins and outs of them. I grew up with the business. Like I said, it started when I started practicing as a skincare dermatology pharmacy. That's when these procedures and these products and these ingredients started to become popular. So most importantly, about our 5D peels, right? You've used the 5D peels.
Oh, yeah.
I liked the 5D peels because I always thought that the peel or the REP was a golden opportunity to drive nutrients into the skin while you're doing the procedure. And that's what the 5D peels allow you to do. 5D stands for 5 dimensions, and there are 5 dimensions of ingredients. As you know, we have a full spectrum of alpha hydroxy acids, malic, citric, tartaric, plus glycolic and lactic. Then we have what I call biogenic ingredients. Ingredients that are in the skin, hyaluronic acid and beta-glucan, for example. Vitamins like vitamin B3, niacin, vitamin C. And then our plant-derived minerals, which are antioxidants, soothing, and nutritional as well. And then amino acids. And those are the 5 dimensions that you get. You're not just getting a peeling agent, you're getting all the nutriating ingredients. And that really is key, because as you're exfoliating the skin, you're driving those nutrients in. And of course, pre-treating and post-treating with nutrients helps as well. So you've used the 5D peels, right?
Oh yeah, I've used everything.
And then
I'm not a peel girl. I have really been anti-peel my entire career.
Seriously? Really? When did you?
Yeah, I've just seen such negative reaction. I'm very anti-trauma to the skin. You know, I don't dermaplane. There's a lot of things I don't do.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm really about keeping the skin barrier intact, and like I'm okay with removing peach fuzz, but you know, a lot of passes past that. People can be susceptible to things, and like I just try to keep the skin as healthy as possible. And I really haven't found a peel until Truth that I liked.
So let me ask you this: you're a bodybuilder, and
Yep.
and you're lifting weights, right? So what happens to your muscle when you're lifting weights?
Well, when I'm lifting, lactic acid is being released.
Before the lactic acid is being released. Yeah, that's true. What's happening to the muscle fiber?
Oh, it's being torn.
Trauma.
Yeah.
That it's being traumatized. So that's key, because trauma sounds scary. And like you just mentioned, you don't like to traumatize the skin, but trauma is a precursor to growth. You can't have growth without tearing up the tissue. Out with the old, in with the new. You can't put new wine in old vessels. So you have to kind of break up the tissue, disturb the tissue a little bit. And that's really key. There are some healthcare professionals, I know a couple personally here in Colorado, who say don't do that. And they're missing the concept of anti-fragility. Have you and I talked about anti-fragility?
Yes.
They're missing that concept of anti-fragility. The skin and biological systems in general are anti-fragile in the sense they grow when they're stressed.
Yes.
And so stress is really important. You know, we have this idea that stress is, oh, you're stressing too much, stop stressing, because we're collapsing or misunderstanding stress or confusing stress with distress.
Right.
Right? Not all stress is distress. Some stress is eustress, EU, meaning good stress, which of course is what exercise is all about. And then we all know when you go to the gym and lift weights, you traumatize the skin, you stress the muscles, you stress the muscles, get bigger muscles. Simple. But the same phenomenon happens everywhere in the body. You want to get, you want more neural connections in your brain. You don't want to have dementia or cognitive decline as you get older. Do crossword puzzles. Brush your teeth with your left hand instead of your right hand, or your right hand instead of your left hand. Use a different hand. Write with a different hand. Memorize numbers. Do crossword puzzles. Travel to different countries. Read different books. There's all these strategies of putting stress in your brain that will induce the formation of more neural connections. The stuff called BDNF, brain-derived neurotropic factor, and you'll be smarter.
Yeah.
You'll get smarter, you'll be bigger, you'll be prettier. All the good stuff happens when you stress. But the stress, the benefits of stress presume a healthy system, which is why you got to make sure your system's healthy. And that's why pre-treatment is so important. And then post-treatment as well. So you were telling me before we got on the video, you were telling me about your TCA peels. So tell me about the TCAs. What are you using the TCA peels for? And I love my TCA peels. Absolutely.
I love the TCA peels.
Yeah.
So without, getting into too much detail of other brands, which are very misleading, and that kind of goes back to even education as an esthetician, you're going to get it from all sides. So starting with the 10% TCA, the very first time I used it, pores disappeared. Pores on the nose just shrunken.
Wow.
I know that we did some extractions and things like that, and this person already has very small pores, but the fact that they completely disappeared, I said, okay, we're going to put this on everybody. And so I use a lot of my clients, free of charge, before and after photos, trying things, people that I know trust me, putting them on them, putting them on myself. And the TCAs honestly have blown me away. And everyone has been able to handle it with ease. Nobody's been in discomfort. And that I love. And then you get into some of the stronger peels. And of course, you've got to watch for the frothing, but I haven't had that at all with any TCA. But most of my clients are in decent health. They're in good health. Their barrier's good. Their microbiome is good. They're generally healthy. So all that plays well.
Are these your peers, your clients from the gym, and people are working out, and people? Do you advertise yourself at the gym and with athletes?
No, these are the one thing I advertise at the gym with the QR code is the blemish repair
Okay.
for the back knee. But no, these are my clients at my spa, at my work that I've had for years.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Now, how about the Smart Peel, which been working on for a couple of years? I'm really proud of that. Tell us about that.
It's a pretty intense one, but I've done it twice on myself now, and I plan on doing it again. I think I'm like 1 week out from doing it again. And I like to do a series of peels and build my clients up to those things. So I don't really have a client yet that I feel like would probably let me there's a couple that will let me throw it on them, but peels are fairly new in my clinic because I haven't really liked any. So Truth are the first ones that I've really been pushing on them.
Nice.
And they'll do whatever I advise them to do. They trust me.
Yeah, you're the pro.
But that's where over educating your clients really comes into play. Good consultations, over educating them makes a difference.
Well, you're an educator at heart too. You're not just an SD or an athlete. You're an educator. Yeah, and that's what we love having. Yes.
Yeah.
We're about education and information. So have you used our Jesners?
Yes, I have. I've used the Jesners on, so I've used them all, but Jesners I used on a friend of mine that has cystic acne. And I'll tell you, I've worked on her skin for 3 years straight. After one Jesners, her chin was better than I've ever seen it. She messaged me and she said, "What in the world, whatever it is, sign me up."
How many passes did you do with the Jesners?
Just one.
Just one pass?
But
Wow.
that goes to show, and what I only used 2 lines. The other line I was using, I thought we were doing a good job, but clearly it wasn't giving what I needed.
The truth is the truth. That's why I call it the truth. In pharmacy, we say the dose makes the medicine. And what distinguishes truth is serious dosages, serious concentrations. We ain't playing.
Yeah, you really aren't.
I don't think our estheticians want to play, and I know their patients and our patients don't want to play either. And then the last one that I want to talk about, I don't know if you've gotten to use our Mandelic peel. Have you used our Mandelic yet?
The Smart Peel?
No, that's the Smart
Mandelic azelaic?
Yeah, just the straight Mandelic. I don't think
I haven't.
Yeah, we don't. We have a pharmacy too, by the way. So anybody who has specific orders for peels, we do those as well. Am I missing any? We got the 5D, we got the Jesners, we got the Smart Peel.
Lactic.
There's one seems like I'm missing. Yeah, the lactic and the glycolic, or the 5D. And then we also have the prescription peels. And then post-treatment, use our transdermal sebum. We have a whole post-care kit. Actually, use the post-care kit, right? Yeah, we have a whole post-care kit. So estheticians out there, contact Hannah or Kristen or somebody at Truth Treatments. What's your email, Hannah?
Hannah@truthtreatmentsystems.com.
Hannah@truthtreatmentsystems.com. Hannah's an expert at peels. She's an expert at Truth Treatments. If you have questions about specific ingredients, I'm personally always available for you guys. If you need help, if you're an esthetician, you can reach out to us through our professional program. If you're an end user watching this, you can reach out to us at support@truthtreatments.com. All right. And then also collagen recovery complex, pre and post treatment. You'll drive the production of connective tissue collagen. You'll get better results from your peel. And of course, collagen recovery complex is great for collagen in the skin, collagen in the bones, collagen in the joints, and collagen in the fascia, in the internal milieu where you have lots of connective tissue wrapping around all of your organs. Collagen recovery complex pre and post treatment. If you think your patient is going to hyperpigment, get them on retinol pre and retinol post to prevent hyperpigmentation. And I think that's it, Hannah. Good to talk to you. Good to see you. Bye, everybody. And we'll get you another talk here in the next couple days or week or so.